Hi Kirkcaldy fans, how are you all? Long time no see, or at least it feels that way. I hope everybody's fine. I've been asked to do a all-time greatest Kirkcaldy 15, and I have to tell you, I've been at it for quite a few hours. It's not easy, so I'll just fire right into it and explain to you that I visualised Melrose away in the Premiership, and so I needed to pick a team that was capable of punting about down there. So without further ado, head coach is Terry TT Tawartha. I hope most folk can remember him. Absolutely fearless when it came to team selection. Team chats were pretty short and pretty sharp, and everybody knew what was to be happening. So what more could you ask for in a head coach? Loose head prop. I've gone for Mark Thompson. I had a real hard think about this, and as tempted as I was to put myself in there, I thought that that just wouldn't cut it down in Melrose. So when I finished my stint in the Kirkcaldy jersey first time round, way back actually 20 years ago. Today, or this year, Kirkcaldy won promotion from National 1 to the Premiership, and I was lucky enough to be part of that team, primarily because Willie Anderson was tied up with a professional contract and couldn't play. So that gave me a bit of luck and getting to play. But at the end of that season, if I remember right, Moomin came down from Glenrothes, and I have to say he looked pretty sharp. So I had it in mind I was going to go travelling, and I have to say that decision was made quite a bit easier when I seen that I would be up against it with Moomin. He was a quality player, even young then. You could see he was going to be around for a long time, and that's how it proved. So Moomin in the one jersey, straight into hooker, I've got Stuart Brown. Playing alongside him, his line out throwing was just exceptional. First up, accuracy 100%. And his carry, his hands, his scrummaging, his strength, his leadership, he was all over it. So Stuart Brown, straight in, nae ifs, nae buts. The 3 jersey, that was another easy one, I have to say. And it'll come as no surprise that I've put in Danny Herrington. What a quality player. You know, he was just the man, right? To look at, I've got this guy on toast. Up against it, different story. He was at another level. Just a quiet, soft-spoken, but when it needed to be said, Danny was right in about it. So leadership also, and he had an awful knack of hanging about on the wing. Got up from a scrum, moved 5 metres, waited, ball came back, and both, Danny's right back into the game. The guy was just streets ahead mentally. Superb, quality player. Loved playing with Danny, and I miss him. I really miss him. 4 and 5, because much the same. This was tough. Really tough. I had good times with Andy Henderson behind me. I had good times with Mark Brown from New Zealand, Pirongia. He was a hardy putt. I had good times with Mark Thompson, Falcon Kinross. he was just all edges. I think I've still got bruises on my arse yet from his shoulders. So he was unlucky to make it too. So I've gone for bulk, and I've gone for a bit of razzmatazz, and I've gone for a big bit of power in Jason SYME. So Jason SYME, you're in. Step it up. In 5, I've got I've got my good pal Kenny Fraser. Couldn't not pick him. Out and out winner. Mongrel, ugly, hard winner. So Kenny Fraser in at 5. Also, I thought, and I'll come to this a bit later, I thought I had him in mind for my goal kicking. So Kenny Fraser. Number 6. Oh, this was brutal as well. It was that brutal, actually. I decided I was going to do this with a bench and then, rotate. So I came up with one of my favourite players of all time, a real hard man. Loved it at the bottom of the ruck. Just was ruthless like that. Stuart Hannah. Who remembers him? He had bulk and ball carrying. He had work ethic. He was mobile. His hands were good. He was actually really unlucky, I thought, not to get a professional contract. To be honest, he was at a high level, and I thought he probably deserved a shout there back in the day. So Stuart Hannah. 7, another tough one, but I've gone for another Stuarty, a Kiwi, Stuarty Price. This guy, you could be 20 points behind, right? Think you're in the shit, really in a bit of trouble, and he would put in a tackle, and it would change the game. It would knock the guy back. The ball would get flown up in the air. We'd catch it, and gain yards. And it was enough just to change the momentum. He had a tackle on him that could change the momentum of a game. And for that reason, Stuarty Price is the man you need in away at Melrose. 8. This was another tough one. Really tough, because I love the way Jamie Syme played the game. Like anything could happen. He'd nutmeg the guy, run round, take the ball on, and he was damn close. So he made the bench, but he didn't make the 8 jersey. That went to Craig MacDonald. Again, just ruthless street fighting hardness, and the ability to carry, the ability to run at pace, his tackling, his leadership, he was quality. So Judo gets in. I have the temptation to fill the back line with forwards was immense, I have to tell you, because I could do that all day, but I've resisted that. So you should be pleased with what I'm about to say. 9 jersey, tough one to fill again, or not an easy one to fill, but tough one to choose between, I should point out. Richard Tooney Bethune. Right? What a player he was. The king of the beep test. The fittest guy you've ever known. 100%. Like an engine. It was, it was a 2 litre straight 6 4-pot diesel engine. It just went in all day. Tick tock. The fittest guy ever, right? I cannot describe to you how fit this chap was. Like he won beep tests by, another 20, 30 minutes. Like guys were nearly, wanting to go home. He was still running. He was so fit. So Tooney, his ball passing was always bang on the money. Like he would hit the 10 jersey every time, flat, deep, wherever. He had a neat little kick. He's pick and go. But here's a bit, right? If you're still listening to me, is his chat, like his vocal chat round the ruck particularly. We couldn't not hear him. And the direction, you didn't have to look. He was descriptive with information he was putting across, and you could trust it. And he was bang on the money. So for me, Richard Tooney Bethune at 9, easy. Another easy shout for me was Quinny Sanft. When I drilled into this, the guy could like blow the leather off the ball. The guy you could be sort of in a scrum when you're 22. He'd get the ball, kick it, both next minute we're at a line out on their 22. It was just immaculate. The consistency of his game. If he did get poor ball off his shoelaces, he was able to catch that and turn it into something gold. His ability to read the game, the ability to direct the game, and chat himself into a hole. Half the time he scored tries and nobody had touched him. So Quinny, unbelievable. So I'll miss out the wing in 11 and I'll go straight to my centres. John GT Thompson. So I got one season watching this guy, but he was electric. He was the man, no question. You could tell that he had it in abundance. What a player, exactly what you want from a centre. Controlled the ball, plenty of time to direct the move, and tackling, his line speed, everything was bang on. So John GT. 13, that was tough. There was a few takers for that one, but I came up with Derek Deke McCombe. He was a quality player. I liked him. Also able to kick it, but great balanced runner, and plenty of strength. So Deke McCombe. On to the wings. Took a while actually, but I came up with Jungle Jock. On the wing, an 11 jersey, great under the high ball, fast feet, always a wee bit vocal, and guaranteed to cause a wee bit of controversy on the pitch, but that was good fun. Never a dull moment. So John Mitchell, Jungle Jock, 100%. On the other wing, my first captain at Kirkcaldy, NEILL Renton. What a player he was too. Real fast feet, great tackler, in defence, great runner, scored tries for fun. I can't remember his 100-metre time, but it was rapid. So yeah, NEILL Renton. And finally at 15, I've got Chrissy Mill. I loved him. He was real stable at 15, coming into the line, no problem. So I've got Chris Milne at 15. My bench, my good pal George Big Dodd Mangalo. What a guy to come off the bench. Big shoes to fill in Danny Herrington. That's why he didn't make it. Otherwise, he would be in. Hooker, Greg Bam Wallace. You're in, you're on the bench, you've made the bus to Melrose, primarily because you're good on the bus on the way home. 18, had to put Andy Henderson in. He was unlucky to make the starting team, and to be honest, I was probably quite unlucky not to see sort of Andy Henderson a couple of 3-5 seasons before I got. So quality player, Andy. 19, I've put Jamie in. Sort of backup 8, backup flanker, Jamie SYME. Love you, what a player. And I needed to keep a slot open on the bench for a back, and for that back I've come up with my pal from Samoa, SASA TOFILAU. Quality player, I loved him. Playing with him for that season, those little flicks, his tricks, his jinx, and his smile. So he's made the bus. Physio, nah, we don't need one of them. So not picked a physio. Not picked any other coaching, because Terry was the boss man, and to be honest, nobody else was required. So that's it. Mark Henderson's all-time greatest 15. If you've not made it, I'm sorry, you should have tried harder. I hope you're all well. Take care. Over and out.